Chris, why is there so many Glencairns filled with liquor in our barn?
That can only mean one thing. You got another alternatives.
Welcome back to Brothers Barrel, friends. My name is
Hello.
Harrison.
I'm Chris. We got a Blanton's on the table again. We got an alternatives for this Blanton's. Blanton's is not an easy grenade to find.
And if it is, then it's just overpriced.
Exactly. You're spending 100, 120, 150 in some cases. It's insane. And we already have a video. We'll put a link over there in that corner for...
Yeah, we saw that video and we were thinking, all right, we talked about Blanton's. Well, how about we find some alternatives for you?
We finally got a list together.
Yeah.
And I think it's a good one. I think there's some really good whiskeys here that, if I'm going to do a hot take, might be better than the horse itself. But, I mean, glass number one, you know how we do it. Blanton's. Just the nose is just phenomenal. It's candy. More candy.
It's hard to describe it any other way.
It's just
with Buffalo Trace.
Yeah,
product.
it's just sugary. It's the confectionery sugars, and it's just it's amazing of a nose. And then I think what you mentioned in our last video we did when we pulled this bottle out is you wish you could smell like it.
I wish I could wear it as a cologne.
Man, like, because I kind of get like a hint, just like a little tiny bit of like the leather, a little bit of oak. So like kind of robust, maybe a touch of tobacco. Yeah. But it's all super subtle under that sweetness.
Yeah, and if anything, I'm getting like the fruity part of it is more citrusy on this end.
Yeah, a little bit.
Like a little candied orange peel or something like that. Mm-hmm. If I'm reaching.
But a fantastic nose. It's hard to beat a nose like this, really. Yeah. But going into the palate.
Little Blanton's.
It transfers over well. Pretty much kind of get that sweetness. Get a little bit more of the slight spice from the rye. It is their higher rye mash bill. But then that's it. It just kind of tapers off.
I like that spice part of it, though. I like that.
Tickles your tongue.
Like you said, it transitions pretty well to the palate, but then you get that little bit of extra there.
Yeah.
It's good, but you know, from the nose to the palate, okay, cool. I got myself a $55 whiskey here on the table.
100%. That's...
I wish that's what it was.
Me too.
If I'm gonna care to hunt it.
I agree. Yeah, it just falls off. The finish is just too quick. You linger a little bit with the tongue spice, which is nice, but I think there's just some great alternatives.
Yeah, you folks know all about that. You know, if this was just a bump and proof, it would be something more sought after and a little bit more understandable on the price. I don't know about secondary price marks, but it would be a lot more understandable on it being a $60+ bottle.
If it was a slight bump, but
then it would be something to be looking after.
We'll get our hands on some straight from the barrel and some Blanton's Gold soon, and we'll make a little lineup review. But Glass B, Ancient Age, not Ancient Age, Ancient Age. So this is going to be the same mash bill from Buffalo Trace. It's going to be, I believe, a different warehouse. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's going to be a little bit proofed down, even more so than this already is. So that was one of our complaints about this guy. But same mash bill. So it's same juice, different barrel, different warehouse, I'm sure. Just not the creme de la creme. Creme de la creme. Just not the creme de la creme of Blanton's. So
yes, so far on the nose smells nothing like it. It's interesting that it's the same juice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm getting right here? Raw oats.
Oats? It's kind of like
just oat.
It's just a one note hitter.
It's like, you know,
like cracker.
Like just regular cracker or oats, like, you know, maple brown sugar oatmeal.
Oh, like before you mix it?
Yeah, before putting any sugars in it or anything else.
You just get like the can of like Quaker Oats and you just pop the lid.
That's all I'm getting here.
And it's gonna be a super young whiskey. It's, you know, they pump this out. This is like just over 10.
Never had Ancient Age before. But so far I don't like the nose too much.
It's just a young whiskey.
It's interesting for it being the same.
It's amazing what age does, huh? Kind of cool, same juice. You know, that's a good alternative, I think. Yeah. Super cheap, and you can find it.
How much is it?
Just over $12, I think.
Okay.
We'll put up the actual number here, but
I hope so.
200. $100.
I'm going to.
So
Okay, now it's a lot better on the palate.
the palate isn't bad. It is 40%. 80
like
proof. It is just as low as you can go.
It's just water with a couple drips of juice added to it.
Just a little bit, but you know, you can impress your friends who maybe aren't as accustomed to whiskey, or it's kind of fun having this bottle. It's a glass bottle, and just knowing it's the same juice, that's kind of a cool talking point, I
Okay,
think.
you know what? I don't mind it now.
Yeah.
At first, I was skeptical, and I was like, okay, for an alternatives video, it's like okay, I get it's the same juice, but it was not doing it for me on the nose, folks. No way. And then I go into the palate, very scared to do so, but we have to do that here.
It's got more than what the nose has.
It does. There's more to it than meets the eye, as Optimus Prime would say.
And it's smooth. it's a pretty smooth,
It is smooth,
cheap
yeah.
whiskey. Like
Well,
it's
40%, yeah.
But-
But you're
but
right.
even
Younger
for-
and it would be more bitter, more harsh to go
yeah.
down. You're
There's
right.
some bottom shelves that are low proof, but they're just gross.
I'm surprised by it.
It's just burnt like ethanol, like that's it. But this, it hides the ethanol really well. You know, it's got a little bit of a weird, young, astringent kind of flavor thing going on, but it's still sweet.
Yeah,
It's smooth. Not a
it's
bad
good.
choice.
It's good. It's a good drink. I don't want to smell it by
I know.
itself anymore.
It'd be a good summer whiskey.
Yeah.
Like when it's hot, still drink some whiskey, put some
that
ice in. I don't know. Chilled glass.
It is
Anyways,
good.
so that's Ancient Age. Kind of a fun bottle. Cheap. You can find it. Just grab one. It's cheap enough.
Yeah, I would do it.
Yeah.
I might do that.
All right. Glass C. We got
Ooh. Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
Old Forester
That's what I'm talking about.
1910. And you can just tell right away with this color compared to, I mean, even the Blanton's.
Yeah.
I'll compare the Blanton's. It is dark. Reason being, double barreled. Almost like a marshmallow,
Oh,
just
yeah.
started burning, you blow it out.
Oh man, that's so true. I love that.
Oh my gosh.
So, what's really funny is I have the 1920
Yeah.
and you have the 1910. My favorite is the 1910. I think you like the 1920.
I
a
do
little
like
bit
the
more.
1920 a little more.
That's what's fun.
Brothers.
That's how it be, man. If I had this one, I'd be drinking a lot more.
Oh, but yeah, the nose is just
so
fantastic.
good, and it really is, in my opinion, a good alternative to Blanton's. This makes a lot of sense, especially on the nose. It really matches that quality of the
how much is
sugar,
in-
the candy-ish flavors, but also it
Yeah.
adds that extra little proof point. It adds the oak that you need, and once we get into the
It's
flavors,
same proof, actually.
it's true.
But compared to this, yeah.
no, even compared to Blanton's, I get more on the nose.
Oh, with like just a little more
not
of the...
maybe not more on the nose, but more enjoyable for me.
Yeah.
I really like this.
I'm
bottle.
with you there, 100%.
That's crazy because I've always been a fan of just the nose, at least on Blanton's, over a lot more. But
Oh, it's
1910 right now is having me.
It's a killer.
Oh, and it's like,
I can't even drink it.
oh, it's like the mint leaves. What are those leaves?
Mint leaves.
Not mint leaves. What are those leaves that were always in Grandma's backyard? That
Oh, kind of. It wasn't oregano. It might have been like the small, like a version of mint, the really small
yeah,
leaves.
I was thinking of those kind of leaves. I don't know what they're called, but man, this just gives me that old nostalgic feeling. And now I'm just gonna go taste it.
Yeah, I'm with you. Right away, it just coats your whole mouth.
It makes me feel like I'm eating. It's breakfast. I'm eating waffles. A little bit of syrup on
it's
that,
got
not
some-
too much, but just a nice amount that it just soaks up the syrup with that oak added to it.
Oh yeah.
It's like a slightly burnt waffle.
Yeah, so it's a little bit overcooked, but it's not burnt.
Oh, yeah.
But you got like the real natural syrup, so it's like a little bit of that. If you've had it, it's kind of like a slight bitterness in a good way instead of the just candy sweet.
And then you get that really nice cherry finish at the end.
There's
It
that
just-
touch of cherry.
Yeah, dude, it's just that nice syrup cherry. Boom, it just drops
Cherry on
in.
top. It's a
the
cherry on top.
on top, man.
Man.
The finish it's there, and it leaves you wanting more, but you're also satisfied at the same time.
It's a very filling whiskey.
Yeah,
Like,
that
front
makes
to
sense.
back,
That
from
makes
nose
sense.
to finish. There's
Filling whiskey.
There's a lot.
It's
going
all
on.
there, man. And I think that might be what it is that gets me compared to the 1920.
Dude, that is dark.
I can't really explain it until we have these side by side. We'll have to do that sometime.
We'll do an Old Forester lineup. There's
will.
plenty of them.
Yeah, we could do that. We'll get to that eventually, but 1910 Old Forester is probably my favorite product that they release right now.
And price point, it's in the like $65 range.
I found it for $59.
$59. Okay, so if you can grab it for $60, I mean that's what this is supposed to be, right? I think
That's
they
true.
might have bumped it up to around
62 now.
Okay.
Yeah, the last time I got it was $62.
Oh, right on. But you can actually find this.
In my opinion, this is way better.
I mean, there's
That's
just
way better than Blanton's.
so much going on. It's Old Forester, so it's always gonna be there. You know, like
always
maybe
see it.
yeah, it's just pick.
Even if you can't find this one, grab the 1920.
It's definitely worth the $60 price tag.
Yeah, and it's like $10 more than this one, but it's still really enjoyable. But this is the one that I would go for.
Especially over. I mean, if I see a Blanton's in the store for MSRP, of course I'm gonna pick it up. You know, but like side by side, if this slot's empty, I'll reach for that any day.
Yes.
Now that I have both these on my shelf, I'll probably drink that a lot more. Because I can just buy another one too
Exactly, dude.
and
See?
enjoy it more.
See? Nope. Well,
But
that's
yeah,
C.
all right, yeah, that
We
was
talked
C.
a lot more about C.
We sure did. We had a lot to say about C, but
He
no,
texted me and asked me to bring over my Redwood Empire Pipe Dream.
pipe dream for D.
I didn't know why until I got here. He's like, "Oh yeah, we're doing a Blanton's alternative." I'm like, "I see that."
And the reason why is I saw a short from another whiskey review, and he was doing alternatives on Blanton's, and it always kind of stuck with me, like, because one of his was Redwood Empire Pipe Dream,
Oh, was it?
and I was like, oh, that's kind of weird.
That's
I've
funny
never
because
had
I've always
it.
thought of that too. That it would be a good. I always thought it would be good in a Blanton's alternative, which is why I kind of got excited when you're like, "Oh, we're doing a Blanton's alternative," and you thought so too. I was like, "Oh man, we both thought that," and now you're saying somebody else thinks so too. It's pretty cool.
Well, I never had it, you know, when I saw that video, and then we had it a few weeks ago. We were having like a fire pit thing, and he brought it over, and it was great. You know, it's nice, it's smooth, and fantastic. I mean, we can just smell it and drink it right here, but it kind of clicked that, oh, that would be a good alternative for Blanton's, because it's
Yeah,
the lowish proof range, you know, like
Oh,
Blanton's
man.
is, but
yeah, that's true. I think it's 90 proof.
you know, the nose right away,
Dude,
you got that sweetness.
very sweet. That candy
Man.
flavor.
It's pretty. It's
very
closest
similar.
to this than I think even than these two.
I would say so too.
At least with that candy.
Yes. And this whiskey is, I mean, look at that. It's almost gone. And I literally just got this a couple months ago. And, you know, I really hang on to my whiskeys, but this one's been going because this is one of the ones I really like to share and pass around. Especially to, like, my wife and her friends. Nikki really likes it.
These guys are out of North California. They're right by Napa, so if you're ever in there, you know, doing a wife trip, see if you can pull her away and check out these guys. Pretty close, their distillery. I don't think they are actively doing tours, but you could probably head over, talk to the guys, just see the operation kind of thing. But I mean, just fantastic nose. I'm gonna drink it.
Yeah.
You get, you know, lower proof. So smooth, but it's not like this where it's just like watery. You get a little bit of that warmth
Very
in
juicy.
your chest. It's so juicy.
Very juicy.
Man.
You get a little bit of warmth, but it's so nice because this is lacking. I mean, it's making up for the lack of fruity flavors that I think Blanton's needs or is missing. Because, you know, straight candy, Blanton's, that's Buffalo Trace.
That's Buffalo Trace.
But
yeah.
then this, you get those like red berries
Yeah,
and that red candy flavor. Just, you know,
it's a good mix.
it's so good. Very enjoyable, man. I truly think any one of you would like this bottle.
And it's an easy bottle to drink. It's not like you have to have a adjustment period of like getting used to the higher proofs or the more complicated. It's like this is a great learning whiskey.
That's what I was thinking too. It's interesting because, you know, a lot of the higher end whiskeys or the more expensive whiskeys out there, you really got to sit back and take your time and like, you know, really drink. And what's cool is this I got for $40. I heard you found it for what, $26 in California?
Oh, down in California, yeah.
That's crazy to me.
It's insane.
I only find this for $40+. So I got to take a trip to California and buy a couple of these bottles. But
it's probably cheaper the closer you are to them.
yeah. But this is definitely a bottle where you can do that.
Oh,
You can easily just take this right now and just sit there and think about it and just be happy to do so. And it's like, I only spent $40 on this.
Right.
Wow, like for us, this reminds me of a lot of those higher end whiskeys out there.
It hits.
It's crazy. It does compare to those higher, priced whiskeys, and it makes me happy.
Think of this proof or the price range. Like what else is about $40? Got 4 roses.
Yeah,
the small batch.
That kills too, but is that one? Okay, that's
the small batch.
Is about. Yeah, you're right. That is about the same price. You're right.
It's
The
about
small
40,
batch is pretty good.
35 to 40. Russell's Reserve now.
That's right. Russell's.
That's a different animal,
very different.
but I think it's just as enjoyable. I think Russell's kind of has a little bit more.
It definitely has more.
Not an intro whiskey, I don't think though.
I wouldn't say it's an
As
intro
much of,
whiskey,
but man, like yeah, this is like a whiskey to learn on, like easy.
It's very interesting. It's so easy to just talk about and to go into quick, but there's so much to delve into with this whiskey, in my opinion.
Yeah, quick shout out to Redwood Empire and everything they're doing. Like just fantastic stuff. Pipe Dream, Emerald Giant.
I gotta get more of their stuff.
And
I
they
like
got
what they're doing.
3 more coming out.
What?
3 new bottles.
3 new bottles?
Yeah, not just like a cask.
Oh, they're
version.
active.
Yeah, they're making moves.
I like that.
I'm excited. Yeah, I really want to get their lineup, and we'll do some distillery series stuff. But anyways, this is our alternatives for Blanton's. I mean, all 3 of these should be really easy to find for anyone.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, I think the hardest one maybe will be Redwood Empire, but you'll see it soon. But get yourself a 1910. That's the
killer. Yeah, if I were to choose, 1910 is probably my favorite bottle out of the lineup here.
There's just so much going on. But let us know what you think. What are your alternatives? Do you like Blanton's as much as we don't? I don't know.
No,
it's not a bad whiskey.
Let us know if you happen to have these before, especially this one, and thought, that reminds me of something else out there. Blanton's. Did these make you think of Blanton's too? I know this is the same juice. Once you get on the taste notes of that, the palate, it is definitely like a way cheaper Blanton's. Okay,
very toned down.
These two, let us know what you think about these, in our opinion, being a pretty good alternative to Blanton's.
Right on.
Thank you for joining us here on Brothers Barrel with Everything Whiskey. Signing out, I'm Harrison.
And I'm Chris. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
We appreciate you all and appreciate your comments. Drink responsibly.
Thanks, guys.